I don't need you. The words left my mouth before I could stop them, sharper than I intended, a knife disguised as casual speech. He froze mid-bite, the fork hovering in the air, and suddenly the quiet of the kitchen pressed down on me. His eyes found mine, not anger, not shock, just emptiness. Then he spoke, his voice cold, steady, and final. All right. No arguments. No questions. Just that single word, like I had asked him to grab the salt. And that was the night he walked out, leaving nothing but silence behind. At first, I convinced myself he'd come back. Maybe after a drive, maybe after a drink, maybe after sleeping on it. He had always been my anchor, the calm in my chaos. But hours stretched into days. His shoes disappeared from the rack. His toothbrush vanished from the counter. The spare key left behind, like a quiet confession that he had been ready for this long before my careless words. Slowly, the truth sank in. He wasn't returning. People often imagine betrayal as fire, passion, deceit, stolen glances, whispered lies. But mine was quiet, surgical. His leaving wasn't just a reaction to what I said. It was a result of years of neglect, small fractures stitched over with indifference. I had ignored his touch, dismissed his words, and chased approval from everyone but him. I had frayed the edges of us, and he simply cut the final thread. The warning signs had been there all along. Months before he left, he stopped arguing. He stopped resisting when I snapped. He nodded, retreated, and I mistook his silence for patience. But it was withdrawal, a slow, deliberate stepping back, leaving me to set the fires while he quietly stepped away from them. A week later, I saw him at a cafe near his office. A woman I didn't recognize sat across from him, laughing, leaning close, her hand brushing his arm in a way that suggested intimacy without ceremony. And him. He smiled fully, warmly, like the light inside him had been restored. My chest ached, not from jealousy, but from the realization that I had been the one who snuffed it out. I had told him I didn't need him, and he had believed me. That night, lying in our bed, now empty of him, I replayed our last conversation. He had asked nothing. He hadn't demanded explanations. He had just accepted it. And that was the moment I understood true betrayal. Not his leaving, but my role in it. I had betrayed the one person who had always been my constant. 2 weeks later, he returned to gather the last of his belongings. I heard the key turn, footsteps deliberate across the floor. I rushed to stop him, words rehearsed with trembling. Please, I didn't mean it. Daniel, don't go. He paused, a calm so absolute it was terrifying. You meant it, he said softly. Maybe not that night, maybe not with those exact words. But for years, you've been telling me the same thing. Tears blurred my vision. Anger, shame, regret, they all collided inside me. He folded his shirts, packed his things, eyes unwavering. We can fix this, I whispered, desperate. You can't fix what you don't want to fix, he replied. And just like that, he was gone. Months passed. Mutual friends mentioned him casually. He seemed lighter, happier. He was with her, the woman from the cafe. They listened to each other, laughed, existed in a way I had once been able to share with him, but chose not to. Now, every time I pass that cafe, I see them in my mind. Him smiling, her leaning close, their world complete. And in the quiet of my empty apartment, the echo of my own voice haunts me. I don't need you. People ask me what betrayal feels like. I tell them it isn't always someone else's touch. Sometimes it's your own words, your own blind arrogance, the choices you make while the one you love quietly slips away. And the thing that haunts me most isn't him with her. It's the memory of his face that night, fork frozen, eyes resigned, lips whispering a single devastating word. All right. Because sometimes the deepest wound isn't being left behind. It's giving them the reason to walk away.